Hatsy and I'm back with another build video. So this time we're going to be building Cinderella's castle. This is one of the castles that I haven't attempted yet, and honestly I'm so excited to share it with you because this is one of my favourite castles. I'm just so excited for this video, and the reason why it's taken me like a while is because I did do this video. I actually finished the whole thing, uploaded it to YouTube. It took 2 days to upload because my internet is terrible where I currently am, but I'm moving to my new house soon, so I'll be able to upload more regularly. But yeah, I finished the whole thing and then I watched it back and I thought, I'm not happy with it. Like, so much has happened since this video. I don't want to start sharing older videos because I tend to do that. I tend to finish whole videos, upload them to YouTube, then watch them back like a week or two later and think, actually, I'm not happy with that video. I don't want to upload it. So yeah, this was one of the videos and I thought I would, I guess, do it again. Anyway though, I did watch the new Cinderella movie and I have to say I'm absolutely in love with it. It's such a good movie and it was really interesting because usually I get bored at movies. I do tend to watch TV series just because I enjoy them more. And that's because TV series don't tend to be so predictable. I find with a lot of movies, like you tend to have like a strong start and then something goes really well. And then it dips a little bit, I guess, towards the end where everything isn't going so well. Like I guess when Cinderella loses a slipper and then she loses the prince and then it's all absolutely fine by the end and everything works out perfectly. That is the reason I don't watch movies. And I'm sorry if I've just spoiled like every single movie for everybody, but I don't know, that is just like my general feeling. That is the sort of way that movies go for me. So yeah, anyway, Cinderella was ridiculously unpredictable. I wasn't expecting it to be that unpredictable, but it was a very good movie and I would definitely recommend that you watch it. If you are currently watching this and you haven't watched the Cinderella's movie, then yeah, go and see it for yourself because I think that you'll know what I mean when I say that it was good. This was when I was building the shape of the castle, so this part probably took me like 20 minutes. I know that some people are ridiculously shocked about how fast I do build. Really strange story though. I went to the sim camp in London, the area, and I was building something there. I won't share too much because you'll see it soon and that'll be out like, I guess, near to the end of October sort of time. But yeah, I was building and everybody was ridiculously shocked about how fast I build things, but I really do. I build things just really quickly. And with the castle, the shape of it is like the part that takes me the least amount of time. I don't even know why. I guess the most amount of time is probably spent on the wallpapers of the build and probably the landscaping as well. Because I spend a lot of time landscaping. That's like my favourite part of the build. It always has been. That's actually why I started YouTube in the first place. It sounds ridiculous, but I just enjoyed landscaping so much that I thought, well, why don't I just landscape loads of houses? So yeah, a lot of my first videos were just mainly based around me placing ivy and landscaping on builds because that's the part that I enjoy the most. Cinderella has always been a inspiration for me, I guess. It's been one of my favourite movies, well, as a child particularly. Not now. I think that looking at my favourite Disney movies, it always changes by the way, but I really, really love Tangled. Like, that is my favourite Disney movie at the moment. Other than that, I really like Tiana's Palace. No, The Princess and the Frog. I was thinking about the build and it's not, it's The Princess and the Frog. But I think that I do like the recent ones more than anything just because they are a little bit more unpredictable. I think that I like unpredictability. I don't even know if that's the word, but there we go. Cinderella was my mum's favourite film. She doesn't really like Disney movies, so that was, I guess, interesting. But I think that she probably watched it as a child because Cinderella has been out for ages. I think it's actually the oldest Disney movie, which is incredible. And I did read an article, I don't know if it's true, but I basically read that Disney was sort of failing around the time of when Cinderella was released, and that was its saving grace sort of thing, because I don't think Pinocchio was doing too well, and then when they released Cinderella, everybody absolutely loved it, so they decided to make more princess movies, and that is where the whole trend came from. But as a child, I tended to go dressed as Cinderella to most parties because I own the whole gear. Like, I own the crown, I own the shoes, I owned the little gloves, and of course the dress. So yes, that was my party costume, and it was a really strange story because I used to go to this really strict school as a child. In fact, no, I went there up until the age of like 14 when the school went bankrupt and then closed down. But it was a very strict all-girls school, and there was one time when they had this mufti day. That's what they called it. And it was like, wear your home clothes day. It didn't really make sense, but like you basically had to donate to charity, like a couple of pounds, and then you could come to school dressed as whatever you wanted. And a lot of people just wore jeans and a top, because that was heavily implied that that's what they wanted you to wear. So yeah, everybody turned up in like jeans and a top. As like a 6 or 7-year-old child, however old I was, I decided that I wouldn't do that. I would not follow the crowd and wear jeans and a top. So all my friends went dressed just normally. I went to school in a princess dress because that's what I wanted to wear, claiming that that's what I wore in my free time. I genuinely looked the teacher in the face and I said, yes, I'm sorry, this is what I wear in my free time, so there we go. And she didn't know what to say. So the teachers actually tried to send me home at one point, and it just didn't work because they rang my mum and they said, look, your child came dressed in something that wasn't really implied that she could come as on the sheet of paper. And my mum just turned around and said, no, it said that she could wear whatever she wants. So she's staying at school in a princess dress. So I was the only one. Everybody else was wearing jeans, tops, skirts, just like ordinary clothes. And I was in this huge ball gown of a dress. And it was absolutely perfect for I think like the first 10 minutes. And then after that, oh my goodness, it got so uncomfortable. And it was so cold because it was like the middle of winter as well when this was going on. It wasn't a good childhood, but my school was really strange. And I think that there were a few reasons like why it went bankrupt. But I think that I had some really bad experiences, especially when I was younger with the school, which I'll probably share actually because I don't think I've ever shared this story. But basically one of the dinner ladies actually hit me at the school. And this is a crazy story. But what happened was the school was very strict, the fact that you had to pray before you have your food and after your food. It was, I guess, a little bit of a strict Catholic school, especially with younger children. I don't think that you had to do it as you got older into senior school, but for some reason in the junior school you had to pray before and after you ate. And I went along with it. I am not from the Catholic religion, but I completely respected that I had to do that. I don't even know why I ended up going to a Catholic school because I'm not Catholic. Like, how does that even work? I don't even know why they let me in. So I had to pray and that was absolutely fine. But there was one time when the dinner lady turned around to me and she said, your hands aren't put together correctly. Like, apparently I curved one of my hands or something. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. But yeah, anyway, she leant over the desk that I was eating at and just smacked me straight across my hands. And it left this massive red mark. And I cried. I actually cried because I was so young and I didn't know what to do. So I ended up going home and I told my mum. And my mum was fuming. She went to school like within about 15 minutes. I've never seen her move so quickly. She was like, right, that's it, get in the car. So I did, and yeah, we drove all the way back to school and she confronted this dinner lady. So this is what happened, and she told me this, I guess, maybe a few years after the incident. She didn't tell me at first. It was really weird. So she went to go and visit this dinner lady. They were standing in this room together and she just said, look, you hit my daughter, I want to know why. And the dinner lady said to her, well, she sort of had it coming. She didn't put her hands together correctly. And my mum said, well, you should not hit people and it's against the law to hit children at the moment. So, I mean, I'm probably going to do something about it. And the dinner lady said, no, I didn't hit her hard. I only hit her like this. And she slapped my mum across her hands. And my mum leapt back and she just said, if you ever touch me again, you will not be hearing from me, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. And that was it. I think that was like what my mum said, and she sort of left after that point. But she didn't take it any further, which I was a little bit surprised about because dinner ladies hitting people, that's pretty bad, let's be fair. I mean, I had some really strange experiences at school, and that was definitely one of them. Anyway though, back to the bills. I feel so bad. I've just like wasted half the video talking about this story, but I've been thinking about it for a while. Anyway though, I did create a little basement part for the build, so I think that it does look a little bit like Beauty and the Beast castle in the way that it does come down and you can see like, I guess, water and stuff. But I do like that for Cinderella's build because, I don't know, I think that adding basements and stuff just adds so much more depth to the build. And I've noticed that other people have started to do that and I love that idea. So if you get like any ideas from this build, that's really cool, and I'd love to see them, and I think that it's always cool to be inspired by the people. Something that I've just realised I failed to mention throughout the video is the fact that if my voice sounds a little bit deeper than usual, a little bit masculine, it's because I spent all night out last night and I'm feeling super ill this morning. So, I mean, I don't really like mentioning that I'm ill on videos because it always makes me think, oh, that person's ill. I don't want to watch this video. But I'm not ill in spirit. I don't think anyway. No, I'm not. I'm just ill in my voice. And that's it. Like, I don't know. I spent a lot of time out last night and I was in the cold. Yeah, I went out with my best friend, my husband, and my best friend's boyfriend. And we went to the cinema, but we didn't even go to the cinema. We went around the cinema. We ended up going to like the arcade, and then we went to Chiquitos, and it was pretty good. It was so strange though because we went to the arcade and we were on these games, and there was like this clown game that I played with my best friend. You basically had to throw these balls really hard at these clowns, sort of like the raccoon game where you sort of smack it down, but no, you actually had to throw it, and I was really good at it, but I get too competitive, so I pulled my neck just like picking up this ball and throwing it just because I was so into it, and the noises that we were making just by throwing these balls, like when they were smacking the back of this sort of game, it was very loud. But yeah, we got some tickets for it. We ended up winning a candle, and that was ridiculous because we probably spent about like 30 to 40 pounds just in the arcade, and we came out with a candle. I mean, it's ridiculous. But no, it was so much fun. And then we went to Chiquitos, which is like this Mexican restaurant. So that was interesting. We all had to like wear these Mexican hats. My best friend's boyfriend, we tried to dare him into fake proposing to my best friend in the middle of Chiquitos, just because it would be the most awkward proposal ever to do in Chiquitos. Because then like, I guess you would have the Mexican singers, you'd have the hats on. And I don't know, I think that to go back in time, like I said this to my best friend, I said that if I went back in time, because for those of you that don't know, I'm married now, if I went back, I would definitely say to my husband, fake propose to me, because I want a serious one and then I want a really jokey one, which would be like, I guess in Chiquitos, or just somewhere that's ridiculously crazy. He was close, but he didn't in the end. We were going to do a joint one, so he was going to propose, and then my husband was going to propose to me like 5 minutes later, but no, it was choreographed completely incorrectly. Maybe next time we can do it, but no, it didn't happen. But it would have been good if it did. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm feeling ridiculously ill today, but I wanted to do the video anyway. So at this point, what I was doing is I was making the windows look like they were pointed at the top. And I did that because on the Cinderella's castle, which is often shown in a lot of different places, like a few different versions of Cinderella's castle actually, but the windows do look like that and we don't have the right ones, so I thought, well, how can I make them look that way? So that is what I did. I just did my own version. And that's really easy to do, I think anyway. Yeah, I do tend to manipulate things with other objects. I tend to use a lot of Walt objects. In fact, something that I'd really like is a stuff pack that just had Walt items. I'd love that. Like, I guess we could have some really ancient things. I would love, I guess, more freezers and things like that. Building items that would just be really interesting for cathedrals and stuff. Yeah, I just think it would go really nicely, so I hope we get a stuff pack like that. I think I'll probably suggest it though. I don't know, if you have any stuff pack ideas, then let me know in the comments below, because I think that I see a lot of expansion pack ideas which are really cool. But if you have anything for stuff packs, I mean, when I go to events and stuff, when I get the chance to talk to gurus, they always ask me like, what's going on in the community? What do your viewers want, etc. And yeah, if I tell them like, actually this person came up with this really cool idea, then I'll share it. I will genuinely share it. I shared an idea a while ago that I had. It was about having a netherworld in The Sims 4. So basically when you get the option, return to the netherworld for a ghost sim, it would basically mean that it would be like a secret world that we do have with The Sims 4 Get to Work, in the way that like aliens appear there. But my idea was to have that sort of idea, but have like a really creepy small world with ghosts appearing. So if you have the option return to Netherworld, that's where they actually go. They don't just disappear from the whole game, they appear in this secret place. So that was an idea that was really popular with the gurus. I mean, they said they liked it, so I was really excited about that. But no, anything that you have, like an idea-wise, that is quirky and different. Because I do get a lot of replies to stuff like this when people do say, oh, I really want toddlers or I really want pets. I know that a lot of people want that, and like, I guess that's something that the community, the gurus, etc. are just definitely aware about because so many people mention it. But I think that with other ideas for like stuff packs, quirkier ideas like that, I mean game packs as well, I don't tend to get many replies about them, and I think that if people came forward and said I would really like this for a stuff pack, then yeah, it would be cool. Anyway though, adding the lights to the build, something really strange though. Cinderella's castle is a lot smaller than it appears to be in Disney World, Florida. They have their own height restrictions there, and apparently they had to put in windows like really close together to make it appear like there are more floors than there actually are. But yeah, they had height restrictions in the parks, they couldn't build it as high as they wanted to, so that made it a lot trickier to build it on The Sims 4 just because of that, just because more restrictions make it more difficult for me. But you know, I had a go. It's not perfect, but there we go. I think that it's probably the closest that I could have got though. I think that I really couldn't have got any closer than this, so I was excited about it. And I think there's something that would make it more special is having fireworks, which would be amazing. So we do get fireworks with The Sims 4 City Living, I don't know, but we do get them. And I think that when we do have the City Living expansion pack actually available to everybody and stuff, then what we could do is we could put some fireworks on the back of this, and how amazing would that be? Because I have an idea in my head that I want to do walk through tours of like all these builds eventually. So if you want to see it, let me know, because that could be definitely something that I would consider. Also, another thing that I want to go over really briefly is this part here was when I was making a gold roof. I just felt like the roof colour that we had wasn't strong enough for what I wanted. So I tried to make my own, and I don't know how good this is, but I did play around with it. I just wish that we got like taller roofs and also more coloured roofs as well. Like I would love a bright gold, just like we get with the Sims 4 Get Together expansion pack, like the gold colour we get with these items. It would be amazing on roofs. So yeah, it would look really good. There will also be a Cinderella Create a Sim, and there will be a Prince Eric, Prince Henry, Prince Kit. I don't even know what his name is. I've had so many versions of the prince's name that I've actually forgotten myself what his name is. Because I feel like in Disneyland Paris, I'm pretty sure that it was mentioned that his name was Prince Henry. But then in the film, his name is Kit, so I'm not sure. But that is the end of the build, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all for part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.